Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name is Mabi. Happy holidays coming up. It's December. Feeling good. 2020 is almost over. Hang in there, guys. Anyway, Cyberpunk 2077 has finally been released. It's been about 4 or 5 days. I've been playing the game pretty much daily, as you know, since it's been out for a couple of hours a piece. And if you guys are interested, all the footage you're seeing is taken straight from my Let's Play channel that you can watch. There's a link down below. I'm also streaming on Twitch, which is where I'm getting the footage from. Let's just straight off the bat. Is the game good? Is it worth it? What are my thoughts? Well, we all know this has probably been one of the most hyped games of all of gaming history. You know, there's other games like this year, kind of like The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima. I think last year was Death Stranding. Really hyped games. But because CD Projekt Red, they came from, you know, The Witcher 3 and The Witcher 2, they have been hyping this thing, and through all of the delays, how did it turn out? Well, you know, I'll be giving you the good and the bads, and if I really recommend it. Let's talk about the bad stuff first. The only thing that's bad is the unoptimization, the requirements for PC, the terrible base PS4 port. If you're playing on the base PS4 or the base Xbox, it looks terrible. You guys should see YouTube videos. It looks terrible. And then a bunch of bugs that I've been seeing. For example, there was a point where I was driving a car, and you guys know like Wonder Woman or like Mermaid Man, how they have like invisible cars. Well, the guy was just in the air in a seating position, and I ran into him because okay, it's just a bug, I'll run into the car. No, I went straight, hit the guy. I got chased and killed by the cops. That was fun. I also slid off a roof somehow, and then like the acceleration went super crazy high, and then I just died. My UI disappeared. It wouldn't come back. I had to reload the game a bunch of times. But hey, bugs aside, those things can be fixed. Those things can be fixed. What about the game itself? I like it a lot. If you are into games like Fallout, Skyrim, you know, even like the vampire game, Vampire Masquerade. This game, you owe it to yourself to play this game, even though it has been super hyped up. I don't know why people are hating, because it's not this game that's gonna change your life. It's a game made by people using the technology that we have today. It's gonna have limited gameplay. You know, it's not gonna blow anyone's minds. It's gonna have a pretty fun story, a really awesome setting. But once again, people were expecting too much, and I think because it was delayed a lot, the expectations grew and grew and grew. You know, the more it was delayed, they're like, okay, it's gonna get better. It's gonna be better. I think if it originally released when it was set to, a lot of hate wouldn't have been there, and it might even be a contender for the Game of the Year, for the Game Awards. The Last of Us, we already did a whole video on that. The Last of Us swept it all, so maybe it was better that they didn't do it. But it's literally released on the day, December 10th, the same day as the Game Awards. So they have 365 days. Assuming they do it on the 10th again, probably not. I think they're just gonna do it on the Saturday of December. Then, you know, it's crazy. But like I said, if you're a fan of those games I mentioned before, this game has a wonderful, huge open world with amazing lore. Just walking around the city, seeing the bright lights, the night city, the outside, the NPCs, the animations, the dialogue, the styles. It is the whole feel of the place, the music, the sound effects. It is a great package, but like I said, it will take a toll on your PC. Right now, I'm running an i7 from Intel CPU, and the GPU is an RTX 2080. I had to turn all the graphics down on low, just so it can run a mega smooth. And I could run it on all ultra, but I'm using the same PC to record and stream and run a bunch of other programs in the background at the same time. I tested this running just the setup without any of the extra stuff, just the game, high graphics, perfect, looks amazing. I was almost going to buy it for the PS5, but then, you know, people were saying like, okay, you know, it's gonna look better on the PC no matter what. You know, there's gonna be mods in the future and bug fixes, blah blah blah, and mods, mostly mods. So I was like, okay, I'll just get it on the PC. So after a lot of tweaking, you know, not only with the game itself, but with my own streaming software, I got it to run. So it's 144 hertz on my main on my main monitor, running 60 frames per second at the 1920 1080 resolution, and working well. That that you can see here. It might not look the best from the footage I'm showing, but that's because it's straight from Twitch's encoding and it goes straight to the web, goes straight to YouTube, and that's the footage I'm using there. So trust me, it looks amazing during the stream and what I'm seeing, but it might be a little muddied down for what is there. So, lore, world setting aside, because that's probably one of the best things about it. How is the story and stuff? The story is gritty. It is, like I said, it's a world where it's just very adult. There's a killing everywhere, there's drugs everywhere, there's so much like morale, like bad morale all over the place. And the game has the balls to put kids in here, like running around. I don't know, Elder Scrolls sometimes it's kids and stuff like that, but like GTA would never have just kids running around the world. These kids do though. They're just walking around alone. I'm like, where are you going? And then you see them in the park with the drone hanging around. It's like, dude, I was like, people with their like things hanging out, shooting people all over the place. So you guys are just chilling there. They don't even run. It's funny. The whole package is amazing. The story is good. What about the gameplay? The game is actually way more RPG than I thought it was, and I love that aspect. You can play this game and build your character, and have your playstyle in many different ways. You can go balls to the wall, shooting people. You can use your melee weapons and then just go straight attack people. You can go stealthy. You can hack people, and this is kind of like your magic. You have like a magic meter. It's like RAM capacity, and then it slowly fills up. You can like hack cameras to look through it. You can hack people because everyone usually has a chip in their head. You can hack them, and you can short circuit it to make them blind, and then it recovers over time. You can hack a TV to distract people. It's freaking nuts, and I love it. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about 5 main attributes. Whenever you level up, you put like you put an attribute stat into there, and then in there are mini trees. So there's like a handgun tree, there's an assault tree, there's a stealth tree, there's a cold-blooded tree, there's a crafting tree, etc. So you can really choose and build your character the way you want. And like I said, you can be as aggressive as you want or passive or whatever. Personally, me, what I'm running assault weapons, I'm running grenades, and I'm running stealth. So it's like a mix of like a little bit of close and a little bit of away. And of course my blades, I almost have enough street cred to install my Mantis blades. And speaking of installing stuff, like I said, not only is this a huge RPG in aspects of leveling up your job, leveling up your main character, there is a lot of loot in this game. There's a ton of loot. There's junk that you can sell or disassemble to craft items. There's consumables that you can just pick up anywhere or purchase. You can find guns everywhere, and like, sure, there's a lot of the same models at the beginning of the game. For example, there's like a copperhead weapon that is an assault rifle. You can find a common version, uncommon, rare. They all have different sort of stats: more attack, more chemical attack, more electricity attack. You can put weapon mods on them, and you can upgrade them yourself, or you can find someone else to do that. And then same thing with the armor. It all looks amazing. You swap it out, you upgrade it, you put weapon slots. So that's like the basic stuff, right? You got your stats, you got your attributes, you got your perks, and then you got your armors and weapons. Not only that, but your whole body itself can be altered. You can get different eye socket, models. You can get different legs, so you can have a double jump, a charge jump. You can change your arms out, so you can have, gorilla arms, or like ones that shoot rockets. It's freaking insane. You can put buffs into your into more of your slots, so you can get more evasion, more movement speed, etc. So the way you customize your character, it's out there, it's awesome, and I like it a lot. It's really, really good. But like I said, the only thing holding it back is just the bugs and the unoptimization. But that can be fixed either right now yourself with better stuff, with better gear, with better PC, or just wait a little bit until they fix it up. I'm sure people will mod the crap out of it, so it's gonna run like butter smooth in the future. But if you have the setup now for PC, it's good. If you have the latest Xbox, or if you have the PS5, I would say also get this on there. I like it. It's extremely fun. I can't wait to play more. I don't know if there's anything else I want to say about it, but it's yeah, it's a pretty mature game too. You can okay. There was a lot of like hullabaloo and talk and hype about the character customization. I would say I see more customization in like a Phantasy Star Online. There's like very basic stuff. It all looks good, but then they were all like, "Ooh, you could change up your genitals. You could have a girl with a guy's voice, and then you can have boobs with a dick." And then I'm like, "Okay, let's do that." So you can, but guess what? There's no sliders. There really isn't any sliders, and it's just like, oh, dick size, circumcised, uncircumcised. Default small or big. Same thing with boobs, small, big. It's like no sliders. You can't go crazy. I was hoping to maybe make one arm big, one arm small. Change up your teeth. You can change your grill, but it's like, hey, I was hoping for more stuff. Like, oh, I want 3 boobs or something like that. You know, you can't even change your height size in this game. You can't change your character. Your character's name is V. I guess it's it's V for the guy, V for the girl, same thing. But yeah, I think that definitely was blown out of proportion, the way you can customize your looks. But trust me, the customization for growing your character it well makes up for that. Now, like I said, this game is primarily for people who love RPGs, Fallout, Elder Scrolls, Vampire the Masquerade. If you love The Witcher and you played it all, I can't see yourself not trying this out and liking it. Even though it's not a third-person hack and slash-ish game, it pretty much is an RPG. You can play as slow as you want, and you don't even have to shoot a damn gun if you don't want to. You don't have to. There's a lot of good stuff going on here. So I think I'm definitely going to be finishing the game. I don't know if I'm 100%ing it, but I have found myself just taking the time and running through as many side quests as I can, because there's a ton of stuff to do around the world, in terms of just beating down enemies. And I don't know if it's procedurally generated missions, but they seem to be popping up all the time, where it's like, if you go here, you can beat these guys down, get some loot, and then you upgrade your street cred, then you can run over there and kill these guys. I like to finish everything in my area and then do the next main quest. So I probably been playing for about 8 hours plus already, and I've been watching a little bit of what people are doing just from the start, and they play for 2 hours and they've already cut where I am story. But like I said, I'm not trying to rush the story or anything. I want to have fun and enjoy this game. A lot of people get asked this question: if you can revisit a game blind for the very first time, first playthrough, my bad, not blind, as a first playthrough without any memory of what would you be, what would you do? I know a lot of people would say those type of games, Fallout, Elder Scrolls and stuff, because they are a huge, massive world. You get to create your own character. It's all about your own experiences, going in without any spoilers and living the world as it is. I'm realizing it now. This is one of those games where I want to take it slow, because I know maybe in a couple years from now I'll be like, that was a good experience and I wish I could experience that again for the first time. So a lot of people complaining, saying, oh, this isn't the best game ever. Of course not. It can't be. How? It's impossible to live up to people's expectations, especially when you delay it and crunch it a little bit longer. But people love Bethesda games, and they've been glitchy from the start, and look at them now. But this is this steps the bar up in terms of overall quality for an open world RPG type of game. And Cyberpunk 2077 has personally for me lived up to my hype, but I have not been hyped up for it. I'm like, okay, if it's out, it's out. I'm not like, oh, I gotta get it day one. I mean, I got it day one, but I'm not like waiting daily, like, oh, I can't wait to do it. No, I just waited for it, Same thing for Monster Hunter Rise. I'm not gonna like that, but it doesn't come out till I think March next year. So, I like it a lot. As long as you curb your enthusiasm, Kappa, just don't get too hyped up. Go in low expectations, and you're going to see it gradually increase as you play and learn more of the mechanics and get used to the world. It's a great game. People are haters, but I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like. It helps a lot. If you haven't already subscribed for daily videos, if you guys want to watch my Cyberpunk 2077 Let's Play, there's a link down below to my Let's Play channel. I'm going to be streaming the whole thing on Twitch, so follow me there as well. Join the Discord. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.